And now, Judge Mathis reveals the results of yesterday's DNA test.
I asked her when she was pregnant, will you be willing to give a DNA test? Because that would be the only way I would be involved in the child's life. Because I'm not taking care of another child that is not ours.
Why would you have to take care of them? I'm missing something. And you
I will want to be involved.
And you use the term our child.
No, I would want to be involved with the children, but I'm not going to be involved with the children.
Okay, you use this term take care of, that's all.
Well, basically, I am taking care of.
Why couldn't he take care of his own children?
It takes a village to raise a family.
No, we're talking money. You don't even have a job. Be quiet.
I have a job.
Your mama got to take care of your children for she slipped up and told it. Let's cut to the chase. You and mama head down to the child support office and rap to them and see how that work out because you're the father. All right, have a good day.
I mean, I told y'all I didn't have no reason to lie, so y'all can still choose to believe what y'all believe, but the results.
Well, I believe that.
No, it's not what I believe, and don't start that.
I'm not starting.
Because I'm not starting with you.
And now hopefully you guys can get along because you guys have 18 years plus to get it together with 2 girls. And you have 3 now.
Plaintiff Brian Waterbury, also known as Gucci Berry, has a large social media following, and he and the defendant agreed to perform a stunt together on Instagram for New Year's Eve. However, he's suing because the defendant failed to rehearse the stunt, and as a result, he was injured. Defendant Kelsey Lynn says after she agreed to drop a bowling ball on Gucci's private parts for the social media stunt, he started flirting with her, despite the fact that she's married. She's countersuing for defamation.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I started this all about 10, 15 years ago.
What?
Well, started my Instagram, started my life over again, let's call it that. I was 550 pounds walking with a cane. I knew I wouldn't make it to my grandkids' graduation, so it's time to start losing some weight. Well, I started losing some weight, and along the way I ran into a friend and we started up an Instagram account. Well, my friend also owned a medical marijuana shop where in the back I did pre-rolls and divided up material for other customers, and along came a bunch of funny stuff.
Why would you do that, sir? While you were on a diet, losing weight, you couldn't find any place else to work other than a place that gives you the munchies?
Believe me, it takes a lot of perseverance.
Weed gives you the munchies.
That.
You eat more and you eat bad stuff. You eat snacks, you eat candy, you drink pop.
Actually, I don't drink
you
snacks.
Eat chocolate. You really want chocolate. That's kid. But seriously, I'll leave you alone on that. But how did it go working there?
It went really well there. I met a lot of interesting people. And we started an Instagram account because somebody said, hey, you can make money because I was doing the funny stuff.
What type of funny stuff were you doing?
Dancing around, being stupid, letting them paint stuff on me. At the time, I had no tattoos, so, you know, draw ink marks on me, shoot me with paintball guns, stuff like that.
All right. And you all would load it on TikTok or something?
TikTok and Instagram, sir.
And you got a lot of hits or followers from it or whatever you get?
Yes, Your Honor.
I know Instagram you get hits. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Likes.
I've got
what do you get on TikTok? Likes?
Likes also,
all
yes,
right.
Your Honor. I've got like 1.8 million followers on TikTok and 600,000 on Instagram.
Wow.
So
great, you're doing well. And you say you started
we started the Instagram doing the funny stuff, and then we started doing some of the more painful stuff like getting kicked in the men's area.
Come on now.
Yes.
As a TikTok or to put on social media.
Yes.
Now you're going too far.
Well. That turned into something completely different. That turned into dropping things on it from high distances, hitting it with things like baseball bats, hockey pucks, golf balls, slingshots. Yeah.
And the purpose is?
The purpose is to, what I found what it did is there was a lot of people that followed me that were in pain a lot. And just that little bit of pain that I showed them that made them laugh, just made them forget about their pain for that 5 minutes, and it makes me feel good about that.
Sir?
Yeah?
You can't feel good and bad at the same time. It's physiologically impossible. Now, either you felt bad because you just got smashed, or you felt good to make somebody else feel good.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt.
All right, so you felt good and well, then that's what you felt. Maybe afterwards, okay, now I got it. Maybe like an hour afterwards, after you put a little ice on that thing. Then,
No ice.
maybe an hour later, you feel better, and then you're happy that you were able to entertain. While you were on a diet, losing weight, you couldn't find any place else to work other than a place that gives you the munchies?
Believe me, it takes a lot of perseverance.
He gives you
to
the
avoid
munchies.
that.
You eat more and you eat bad stuff.
Defendant Kelsey Lynn says after she performed a social media stunt with the plaintiff, she claims he started a rumor that the two of them made a sex tape.
Okay, I got it now.
Okay, so that became a proprietary video called Swing to the Sack Sunday. And sometime in May of 2020, my friend that was helping me had other endeavors that he had to take care of. So
Let me look at her for a minute and hear from her, because I'm just looking at you. I hurt when I look at you at this point. Maybe I can go get me some ice, and ain't nothing even happening. Just looking at you, I need ice. Oh my goodness. Seriously, sir.
yeah.
You're not hurting it?
I can't wait for you to talk to her.
Goodness, right. Let's get him out get him out of our mind. We got too many hurtful images. Yes, ma'am. You give me some background on yourself, and how do you know this nice gentleman?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Kelsey Lynn. I am a singer, songwriter, rapper, model, influencer. I do it all. Basically how the history goes with me and Mr. Gucci Berry here. We had connected over Instagram in right around New Year's 2020, January 1st, somewhere around there. And he had approached me, and at this time I was building my following still, becoming an influencer, because most people had known me for my music. But influencing was something that I was interested in since I wasn't touring, you know what I mean? So that's when I started doing that. He approached me, asked me if I wanted to
What type
work
of
with
things
him.
are you doing as an influencer?
Well, I can tell you I'm not dropping anything on my private parts.
Okay.
I just do, dances, little skits, comedy skits,
You do well
just
on
challenges.
your following, or your likes do pretty well?
I have 122,000 on Instagram, and I have 106,000 on TikTok.
Good.
Yep.
That is good.
Yep. So this gentleman had asked me if I wanted to work, and of course I wanted to, because that's great networking, and it's going to help me build my social media, because his following is great. Yeah. Really wish I wouldn't even have went there now, I'll be honest. But, me and him talked a lot more, and, we started doing these skits together and stuff like that. And then, as we were doing these skits, he started becoming very flirtatious with me.
Ladies like
could
Gucci, though.
They like Gucci bags. I don't know about Gucci berries.
All right. Go ahead. So
Yes.
you didn't like him, of course, but what type of things was he doing? Because he may deny it. So tell me what he was doing to give you that impression.
Okay, well, at first he was really nice and very sweet, but then he would make little snide comments, I don't know, he would just say I'd be wearing a skirt or something, and he'd be like, nice legs. And for me, that made me, kind of feel uncomfortable because of the fact that I'm a married woman. And he knows this. And, I've said to him, let's calm down on that.
Tell me how we get into this medical bill. How did all this lead to a medical bill?
Well, we decided to do a video for New Year's Eve called, and it was Swing to the Sack Sunday. We decided to drop a bowling ball off a roof onto my men's
Come on,
area.
man. I'm sorry.
And you do have the video.
Come on, sir. That's what I should say.
You do also have the video, sir. There is a secret to dropping it. She was supposed to show up for a meeting a couple days prior to that to show her how to drop it correctly without hurting me, other than the spot that's supposed to be hurt, okay? And she didn't show up. That was very disrespectful. I don't know why she didn't show up, to be honest.
She didn't call you to say I'm not coming?
We have called her several times, so.
No, for the rehearsal.
Yeah.
You didn't call her and say, hey, where you at? And she didn't call back and say, hey, I'm not going to make it.
No, we did not.
She never came.
Nope.
No notice.
Nope.
No call in.
Nope.
And you believe that was a condition to you doing it, sir? You believe you really needed to do that, to rehearse?
Yes.
Okay. Whew, it's rough out here being a celebrity or trying to be or whatever the case. How long does it last, the pain, seriously?
Well, this particular one lasted a week and a half. This one particular one lasted a week and a half.
How long does it usually last?
10 minutes and I'm done.
For 10?
Wow.
So you were in excruciating pain for 10 minutes?
Yep.
Oh, excuse me, for a minute. I'm seriously, man. This ain't. Oh my God! Give me some ice.
Ice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
You got the ice?
Oh, very gingerly. You know, that's the thing, psychosomatic or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's some theory that is going on with me. It's some scientific, biological theory where if somebody says something happens that's very painful, sometimes that's a theory. Yeah, I can feel your pain.
Right.
That's what that's when it's coming. I feel your pain. That ain't good, the type of pain you be feeling. I walk gingerly the rest of the day or until I forget. When am I going to forget? 10 minutes?
I hope so.
All right, 10 minutes, all right. I'll be all right in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Till then, I'm moving slow, folks. Very gingerly.
That's not including the kicks that I take. I take about 2,000 kicks a year.
Come on, man. You take how many kicks?
About 2,000.
Excuse me. A year?
And I do it with a smile.
You do it with a smile.
Absolutely.
A year, 2,000
Yes.
per year.
Yep. Kicks don't hurt.
That's
I
like,
mean, it gets-
that's
yeah, you know.
that's 6 a day.
At least.
365. That's 6 kicks to the groin a day.
He's experienced.
That's one every 4
Pretty
hours.
close.
If you don't sleep.
All for some likes.
Yeah, you can have them.
I mean, it's not the only thing I do.
Go ahead.
She was supposed to come to the meeting and figure out how to drop the ball correctly, and she didn't. And I ended up in pain for about.
You didn't drop it correctly.
It didn't hit correctly.
What?
We started doing these skits together and stuff like that. And then, as we were doing these skits, he started becoming very flirtatious with me.
Ladies like
could use-
Gucci, though.
They like Gucci bags. I don't know about Gucci berries.
All right. Go ahead.
Defendant Kelsey Lynn says after she performed a social media stunt with the plaintiff, she claims he started a rumor that the two of them made a sex tape.
So why are you suing her, sir?
Because it hits far enough back on my back, it caused stenosis in my back, and I ended up spending a week in the hospital.
Yeah, sir, but you assume the risk. That's a highly risky endeavor. And unless she does that on a regular basis, what made you think she could do it with precision? This sounds like something that has to be done very precise.
It is.
You got 1/100th of an inch off, and you're like you. Let's see what we got. I bet you won't hit on her no more. Talking about her legs. She said, okay.
It's New Year's Eve, and all you guys get to watch the ball drop. Well, guess what? You get to watch the bowling ball drop and the old Gucci tonight. So let's get it done.
On it. Right Why y'all let me watch that? There go another 10 minutes. She's sitting there smiling. Why you do that? Why you do that?
He asked me to, Your Honor. He went out of his way to ask me
Why
to
you
do
grinning
this.
after you saw what you did?
I
was saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me come down." You was like, "I got you."
I'll honestly say I don't think haha got you. My face is like that's gotta hurt, you know? But here is what is absolutely ridiculous to me. He asked me to do this for him. And I'll be honest, at first I was like, I don't know if I want to do that because I've heard of things that can happen when that much impact is in that area. He originally was trying to get me to do a cinder block. I wouldn't do that. I was already bending, you know, with the whole bowling ball thing. And, you know, he's helped me out a lot with, you know, his giving me the opportunity to work with him and giving me a chance.
It's a little cold. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I dropped one of those 6 stories in here too.
And I was just thankful,
like
you know, I was thankful for the fact that he was giving me an opportunity to reach a bigger platform and gain some of his fans as my own.
What's your counterclaim for $5,000?
I am countersuing him for $5,000 because my whole entire career is based upon my image, and months down the road, after this had all happened, I hadn't heard from Gucci Berry. No calls, no texts, nothing. And he says that he tried to text me and call me, but I'm calling his bluff. I don't have anything on my call logs from him. So, you know, eventually I don't hear from him, and I get back on my social media accounts. I'm on there every day, and these comments start popping up. Where's the Gucci Berry video? I'm like, what video?
That's good. There you go. You're getting the publicity.
Right, which is great, but the publicity was not what I wanted it to be, because eventually it comes out from all of these people on social media, where's the Gucci Berry sex tape with you and him?
What's your understanding of where that came from?
I could only assume it's from him.
You gotta have more than an assumption unless he admits it. Sir, what do you say to that?
Absolutely not.
You got any more evidence?
Yes, if you refer to page 2 and 4, there's comments on there from...
By other people.
Correct.
But no evidence that, do they say he told us? No. I have no evidence that he did that. You know how much craziness and misinformation is on the internet.
Yeah,
we got to have a little more than folks on the internet saying they heard there was a sex tape out. You're a celebrity too, ma'am, or you're at least a public figure en route to celebrity status. You're an influencer, so you have hundreds of thousands of people that watch you.
Right.
So you have a different standard. You should get used to rumors.
Right.
I had to get used to rumors day the first year.
Right.
I thought it was some of the stuff I heard was the most ridiculous things I could ever hear. So please, get used to that, ma'am. I'm not tracking down any rumors. People been saying to me lately, sorry to hear about your wife leaving you or something. Somebody has been saying that I'm divorced. Celebrity too, ma'am, or you're at least a public figure en route to celebrity status. You're an influencer, so you have hundreds of thousands of people that watch you.
Right.
So you have a different standard. You should get used to rumors.
Right.
I had to get used to rumors day the first year.
Right.
I thought it was some of the stuff I heard was the most ridiculous things I could ever hear.
Defendant Kelsey Lynn says after she performed a social media stunt with the plaintiff, she claims he started a rumor that the two of them made a sex tape.
What I want to say to you, sir, you got a problem, is because you knew how necessary it was to have a rehearsal. And so when
wasn't,
she didn't show, you should not have done it until you have a rehearsal. Put it off. Don't do it at all. But you assume the risk of letting someone perform that endeavor, I don't know how to characterize that stunt, knowing that the only way you should do that is to have that person rehearse. But she didn't have rehearsal, and you did it anyway. So you assume the risk. And you ask if you feel comfortable. That's the other part. You got to say, all right, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel you can do this correctly? You know this is a big deal here. Or a little deal, I don't know. But anyhow, your claim is dismissed, sir. I can't help you. You assume the risk. And that's what happened.
She's wrong.
You're
Never
wrong.
ever put out a
You've
story about
costed
a
me
sex
so
tape,
much
ever.
money in bookings because
Ever.
of the fact that you're spreading rumors about me and you having some tape together in your dreams. You wish.
Man.
Plaintiff Morris Reese met the defendant on a gay hookup app, but they were never more than friends. But Morris claims the defendant was a bad friend because he constantly stood him up. He's suing him today for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Cameron Niles says he and Morris were good drinking buddies until Morris outed him to his parents. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
All right, start with you.
Okay, thank you for hearing us today, Your Honor. Cameron and I
Somebody
met
told you I was tough or something? You're nervous over there. You look petrified.
I know. I've never been in court
Well,
before.
take it easy on you. All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So Cameron and I met back in 2012. We both moved to Philly around the same time. I actually text messaged him on Grindr. If you're not familiar with that, Your Honor, it's a hookup app, actually. So we met and...
Now, let me ask about that in the sense of there's Tinder and there's Grindr, and Grindr's for the LGBTQ community, correct?
Oh, yes, sir, yes.
All right, and so with the other one, I think... I've heard that you can get a relationship. I've always thought it was the nearest sex in your community. I think that's what Tinder... It's like you get the app, and when you're ready, you go on to it, and the nearest person in your community say, I want some sex right now, and then you say, I'm on the way over there. But then I was told the other day that you can get a relationship there too.
Yes, sir.
So I guess I'm asking about Grindr.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much the same thing. You can either just ask some quick stuff to relieve your desires.
Yes, sir.
Or you can actually get a relationship on there.
That's a fact, yes, sir.
Okay, so when you all met, tell me what happened. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but I'm just curious.
Okay, so, we met in I would say that romantically it wasn't a match, but we decided to move forward with a friendship. And I would say that we were absolutely not fast friends. In the first 2 years of our friendship, we would make plans together, and a lot of the time he would ghost me, and he would stand me up. And so I would show up to whatever we had planned, whether it be to meet up at a bar or a restaurant, and 30 minutes would turn into 45 minutes, would turn into an hour. I'd be texting, calling, not getting any messages back. And so you could imagine after dealing with that for about 2 years that it gets old quick. And so the last time that happened...
At about... What am I, 60 now? At about, how old are you, sir?
40.
40?
40.
And you say after 2 years?
Yes, sir.
All right, add 38 on for his family, because black folks are always late.
Well, no.
That was your complaint? Is that the last 2 years he's been late? All right, so he was standing you up, being late, and what else?
So in 2014, we had made plans to get together for the Philly Pride Parade. And that day, it was no different than a lot of the other times where he stood me up, and I waited for...
You didn't make it to the parade?
No, an hour and 45 minutes, I waited for him, and I texted him, and I called him, and it was an hour and 45 minutes after that he decided to text me and say that he wasn't coming. Well, that was the breaking point for me, so I sent him a very long-winded text message telling him about what I thought about him. And I blocked him on Facebook, and I blocked him on my cell phone, and I didn't talk to him for an entire year. And a year passed, and we ran into each other. We saw each other out at a club. And really, honestly, we made eye contact with one another. We walked up to each other. We gave each other a hug, and we had a conversation, and we made up. And I would say that the next couple years after that, it was...
Took your ecstasy, went home, and started doing what you do.
Oh, I'm sorry?
At the club, you took ecstasy.
Oh.
You ran up to each other, hugging and touching and rubbing like you do when you're high off ecstasy in the club.
No, sir. We didn't do anything like that. No ecstasy, sir. Just like normal.
Just drunk.
Just having drinks, yeah. Just having fun, enjoying ourselves and dancing. So the next couple years were better. He wasn't standing me up, and we were building a better friendship.
Plaintiff Morris Reese is suing his former friend, who claims he ended his friendship with Morris after he outed him to his parents.
And when you resumed your friendship, how often did you see each other?
Oh, several times a week.
Okay.
And so we would hang out, eat, watch movies, and normal stuff that friends do. In 2016, he started dating this guy, and they had like a tumultuous relationship. And, you know, he started dating this guy. So when we would meet up to go out together, like to clubs or bars or whatever, they would get into fights sometimes. And like his boyfriend back then would put his hands on him. And so naturally, as Cameron's friend, I would intervene. I would get in the way and try and stick up for Cameron. And, you know, it seemed like almost every time Cameron would take the side of his loser boyfriend.
How big was his boyfriend?
He was taller than me.
Taller than him? Bigger than him? Okay. Let me get some background from you. You've been patiently waiting.
Well, most of what he said was true. We met around 2012 when we first moved to Philadelphia. Drinking partners, the stand-up thing. You know, yeah, I kind of fell away from him because of things that he did that I didn't think a friend should do. He spoke a lot about, you know, friends and friends and friends. And Morris outed me to my parents. And I felt like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I couldn't really deal with him too much more after that.
How did that happen? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Do that when you're ready.
Yeah.
Now, what did your parents say? How did your parents approach you, and where they say they got it? Where did they tell you they got it from?
Well, it all went over pretty smoothly.
Good.
I'm at my age. They kind of weren't too worried about it anymore. So everything went well, and that's what helped me.
They approached you and said, "Hey, son."
Well,
didn't say Morris told them?
No.
They say, "We understand that you've come out and you're homosexual or you're gay, however the term.
Well, my mom just
and we love you, huh?"
My mom just asked me to explain everything because a friend of mine told her some things, and when she told me what was said, that's when I knew who said it. I never confronted him. I just stopped.
And
talking.
she had no opinion, no negative opinion or reaction.
No, sir.
How about your dad?
No, sir. My dad? Oh, how about my dad?
Yeah.
The same.
That he didn't have no negative opinion or negative reaction.
No.
Cameron's parents handled his outing the best you can do. Full acceptance I don't like the word acceptance. That almost seems like you're on the outside. Don't accept me, just treat me equal. So full equal treatment and equal opinion, confirming that their belief that everyone is equal and should be considered equal and should be treated equal despite your race, gender, sexual orientation. So that's what your parents did. Hats off to them. I hope other parents are watching this and seeing how he is still a very level-headed, appears to be well-adjusted man. And if you go the other way, however, you all can tell me, you go the other way with your children, you could cause them problems in their life, particularly in their future, and how they address life and proceed in their life, and could cause them to try and be someone that they're not. Let people be who they are. Keep your opinion to yourself. And so I'm so proud of your parents. All right. And how about your parents, now that we're on this subject, or those who are significant in your life? When did they learn that you were gay, and how was their reaction?
Yes, sir. First of all, I would like to say that statement that he made was just false. I wouldn't out somebody. Being somebody who came out myself, that's everybody's personal journey that they have to take, and it is not easy for anybody. I confided in a friend when I was in 8th grade about my sexuality, and he told the whole school and ruined my middle school and my high school experience. And I had a very open...
They were teasing you or something?
Yeah, of course. You get teased even before people start talking about stuff like that. You know, people, you know, can tell these sorts of things where they have their suspicions anyway. But I have a very open family, my mom's side at least anyway. My dad's side is a lot more conservative and with regards to that sort of thing. So I came out later. I waited till I went to college and went away because I saw how like society was. I grew up in rural Pennsylvania. Like it wasn't like New York City or something where a lot more tolerance and acceptance is. So my family was okay with it, but I waited until I was out of Dodge.
Well, not good, but I'm glad you were able to avoid the continued abuse and having to withhold and not be yourself. But
and you know, Your Honor, like I'm sorry that somebody outed you for you, Cameron, but honestly, your suspicions are incorrect. I wouldn't do that, and I don't even really communicate with your parents. You know, I just...
Okay.
I don't...
All right, so we're done with that.
Plaintiff Morris Reese is suing his former friend, who claims he ended his friendship with Morris after he outed him to his parents.
You've been happy, however, since college days, and...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, things just get easier and easier as if you just be your authentic self, you know.
Y'all listening, everybody? All right. Love it. And the loan you're suing him about, what happened here?
Okay, so I left Philly in December 2016. I took a job at a new hospital in Manhattan. And, you know, our friendship got better in those 2 years that I think because we were not in each other's drama, and we stayed in contact over the phone. And when I would come back to Philly, he and I would hang out together. I would come back to see him. I would stay at his place instead of having to get a hotel. And that was good. And in April of 2019, he called me. I was living in Flatbush in Brooklyn at the time. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in my kitchen. And he was telling me about his financial hardships, and he had a lot of stuff going on that he was talking about just making ends meet. And he originally asked me if he could borrow $2,000. And, Your Honor, I live paycheck to paycheck like most people. A lot of people do. And, you know, I couldn't even wrap my head around $2,000 because I only had $3,000 in my savings account, and that was like what little safety net I had in case anything happened. But, you know, I felt sorry for him because he had such a, you know, sad story to tell. And in the time that I had known him, he never asked me for anything, like monies or a loan or anything like that.
What was the agreement on repayment specifically?
The agreement on repayment, you know, whenever I agreed to lending him $1,000, he just kept going on and on about how he would pay me every week until I was paid back.
How much has he? Obviously, he hasn't paid but $100?
No, sir. And so he said that he would pay me every week until he got me paid back. And I said, listen, Cameron, if I lend you this money, I just need you to promise me that I'm not going to have to ask you about this and bother you about this. I don't want to be in that situation. And he assured me that that wouldn't happen. And after I lent him the money, he requested it through Venmo as a loan. And I sent it to him.
Okay, let me allow him to tell me what happened, sir.
Firstly, Judge, I was telling him about my issues, financial issues, and he offered and said how much would be enough to help your situation.
That's not true.
Did you receive?
Yes.
Okay.
I did agree to the offer. I did make the agreement that I would pay $100 a week. Right around that time, I lost my license, which caused me to lose my job. I was a delivery driver. Therefore, when I lost my job, I ended up losing my car. And things just went further and further and further from that point. So as I was trying to catch up, Morris is telling me, you know, you can pay it when you can pay it, and blah blah blah. Obviously, it took a little longer than expected.
You still haven't, so.
Well, we started to get unemployment and stimulus checks and such. So he came down around when I got my first.
That came April of 20. That came 1 year later.
Right, and we were hanging out.
What does that have to do with starting payment on April of 2019, and not paying? Did you pay anything?
No, that's what I was.
So not paying anything for a full year, having zero to do with COVID.
Well,
you had a full year before COVID to pay something. You paid nothing.
Plaintiff Morris Reese is suing his former friend, who claims he ended his friendship with Morris after he outed him to his parents.
So give me another excuse.
Well, I didn't. Once I started receiving those payments is when I made the first $100 payment to him. We were actually hanging together at that point.
So an entire year, you were off your feet from April of 19 to April 20. You had no job?
No job.
Why? Why?
Okay, so I don't know. I probably was
you
really
going to tell me something. People can't come in here and just say, I ain't had no job and I didn't pay people and I couldn't get a job for a whole year.
That's not the case.
Oh!
That's not the case.
Poor thing. No, sir. Why couldn't you get a job in an entire year somewhere? What are you doing to try, sir?
Right now, I'm a...
What have you been doing for a year? How did you try?
What, from what time to what time?
From the day you borrowed this money. What have you been trying?
I was in school.
Doing what?
I was going for dental hygiene.
When did you finish?
I didn't.
Why?
I hadn't been in school in a long time, and I didn't realize that I took too many classes, and it was too overwhelming for me.
So you'll know that by the first month, and then you can drop a class. That's what happens there. You're not talking to somebody who didn't go to college. You drop the classes, or you drop one or two. When you see that you're overwhelmed that semester, you take a week and you say, I got to do all this homework. These are 5 classes. I'm not going to be able to do this all the time. Let me drop it to a manageable amount. Sir, you're just trifling. Judgment for the plaintiff, $900. Have a good day.
Thank you. You know, feelings aside and everything, you know, I don't see us doing any kind of business transactions ever again, but, you know, hopefully moving forward we can work past this and, you know, have a friendship again.
I mean, I would like to move past this as well and still be friends. We don't need to get into any more business situations because I don't want to drag you back down and end up in this situation again.
Okay, good.